Rich, I'm using the remote mic. Good. Well, as Shaheen said, thank you very much for being here this morning. It says a lot, and it's a really important subject. So let me just bring up a very brief presentation. First of all, there is a Wi-Fi here. It's called RSH-Wi-Fi. It's free, which is good. Anything that's free in the early stage startup company is always good. If you have a presentation as a presenter and you have it on a memory stick, give it to Rich, please, and we'll make sure it's actually loaded here on the laptop. Rich is very clearly indicated here. So with that, I'm going to skim through the agenda very quickly. I think you've probably all seen it online. It is online there. But we've got an agenda that's filled with a lot of experience, a lot of individuals. We've got venture capital companies here. We've got industry analysts here. We've got CTOs and CEOs on the panel who've actually been through and sitting in some of your shoes there, so what actually it took to get them from their concept stage to a product, to market, and getting revenue. So it's a lot of experience here in the team. We got a break this morning, we got lunch, and then we got a break in the afternoon as well. We finish around about 3:20. Part of my job apparently is to keep everybody on time, which I will do my best, which means keeping myself on time, which is something I actually struggle and try to do. First of all, I think you want to be your own boss. You want to start your own company. You want to be that person. And you might be sitting there thinking, oh, I'm disgruntled with where I'm working, the company I'm working for not going in the direction I think they should be going for. I see an opportunity out there. My college roommate just went public and made $200 million, and I'm smarter than he is or she is. And there's lots of reasons why you want to be your own boss and do your own thing. I want to manage my own time. There's a lot of reasons. And it's good to do. You want to contribute. And it's exciting, no question about that, but it's also hard work to be your own boss. There are games you can't not do it. You've got an idea that you're so passionate about, you have to go try it, go do it. And passion is a quality that's very, very important when you're trying to go out there and create your own company. The passion's going to come through in how you describe the company, how you describe why you're different, why you should invest in me when it comes to raising money. And if you're not passionate about the idea, it does show through in the presentation you're looking for. So passion's a quality that you've got to have. You've got to actually believe in yourself, believe in your idea, believe in the product or the service, whatever it may happen to be, and get those points across to your prospective customers, your prospective employees. When you're hiring employees, those first few key employees are really important. And obviously where you're looking to get funding, whether it's from a bank or whether it's from institutional investment, doesn't matter. But also that passion is, the world needs what you've got. You've got something that nobody else has, and it's going to make a difference in the world. There are different types of startups, different type of companies. So when you're thinking through the idea and the thought process that you've got out there, think about the type of company you actually want to create. Do I want to create a lifestyle company? Or do I actually want to go all the way and create a company that's going to get institutional venture capital financing, go out there, grow the company, hundreds of millions of dollars of revenues and profits, and go public? They're very different companies, and they don't suit everybody. Your own personality, what you want to do, and your passion, your idea, etc. So you've got to think about that, the type of company you want to create. And that has a lot also to do with how and where you might actually raise money. So when you finance a new venture, believe it or not, there are lots of different places to actually get money from. A lot of people talk about their ventures when they first started, about sort of friends and family round. Very early stage, you go to your 401k program if you have one. If you're only 26, you haven't got a 401k program, so you don't have that as an option. So you might go to your family, you might go to your friends, and the friends and family around. Or you might go look for angel financing, which are private individuals that can raise money. Or if your company is already off the ground, you've got revenue, etc., you can go to the bank, you can finance, you can factor your invoices. You'll pay probably 15% of that invoice value, but it's a way to get cash in the company. And believe you me, cash is king. It's king 30 years ago, it still is today. It's really important, because that's how you pay the bills. But there are small business loans. There's lots of different ways, and it can match the type of company that you want to have. A lifestyle company, where you're quite happy having a lifestyle company that's maybe going to produce, $600,000-$700,000 of revenue per year. You're happy with that lifestyle. Venture capital is probably not the way you're going to go to get that finance. So you have to think about the type of company, and that leads in the type of financing that you can bring. There's a process you go through, and there's lots of different people have different models, different process you go through, got the idea. Well, how do you get the idea? Go out and talk to your prospective customers. look at the world out there. And when you think about your idea from an HPC, high-performance computing point of view, don't necessarily think about traditional high-performance computing. Think about the enterprise corporations, commercial organizations. So in other words, go outside of perhaps the academia and government area, but think about how can this idea actually go into the commercial marketplace. If you can do that, then your target market opportunity is broadened dramatically, and it gets many, many different people into the idea of how to raise money, how to start a company. So you'll go from the idea stage to the concept stage to the pre-market stage. You develop the product. Now I've got an early stage product. What do I do with it? Test market it. You'll hear about things like beta customers and early stage customers. Believe you me, there's nothing like a customer to take your product and your idea and find out if it actually really does work. Does it produce whatever your value proposition is? If your proposition's performance, the price performance, does it actually deliver that? And that's where those early customers actually will test that product. You'll go back and you'll re-engineer part of that product, or you'll rethink the idea to make it better and better and better. Then eventually you get into the area of commercialization. Completely different world. It's about sales, it's about marketing, it's about growing a company, it's about human resources, it's about finance, it's about paying taxes. It's all kinds of different things, many things that you perhaps haven't got skills in. And that's where your sort of network of friends comes into part of that. You'll hear about things like technology adoption cycle. You know, who buys the early adopter? Early adopters are risk-taking. They'll buy product just to test it. But it's the key to your product or your service, how do I get into the mainstream marketplace, how you go up that curve from those early adopters that take risks to the mainstream marketplace. So these are concepts and things you will come across as your company grows. But this gives a very good adoption. This kind of diagram's been around more years than I can remember. You're going to build a better mousetrap. How do you take it to market? One thing I can tell you for sure, bad things happen without sales. If you don't make sales, bad things happen. Doesn't matter if you're just in that very first year of development or if you're in year 5 of revenue. If your revenue starts to go down, you can't recover, lack of sales, bad things happen. So that's a really fundamental thing is you've got to obviously have the product. Other things that can be important, and this perhaps my thoughts, is how do you right size? And part of it is starting small, then growing. By this I mean basically look at the niche markets out there. Instead of saying I'm going to sell something into the high-performance computer marketplace, it's $30 billion wide marketplace, wow, I'm going to be a leader in that market area. Don't necessarily think $30 billion, but figure out what segments you want to actually really focus on. And with those segments, basically, you want to go looking for those elephants, but you don't go looking for an elephant with a shotgun. Take an elephant gun, put it in your sights, fire the bullet. So look for those niches which are big, which can grow, which can be very profitable, and dominate that small market area, and then go to the next one, then go to the next one as you grow that company. These examples here of eBay, PayPal, Amazon, they're massive corporations today, but they started small, and they focus on small niche markets. Now, those niche markets, we're not talking about $1 billion marketplace, so we're small compared to the IT marketplace. But that's where they grew, that's where they started, and now they've gone out and started to be a large corporation, arguably a monopoly perhaps in those particular areas. But there are also notable examples of big failures out there. Companies that started big, raised a lot of money, great visibility. Some of these companies were startups. Solyndra, wow, $900 million of government financing, and there's nothing to show for it today. Examples like corporations like Apple or Microsoft, very wealthy, very successful companies, but making mistakes with products. Apple Newton is an example here. Bob, well, whatever happened to Bob? These are companies that you think would actually have everything at their disposal. People, resources, dollars, but they still got it wrong because they probably didn't really go out there, look at the market and find out what's really going on out there. How can I really be successful? What do I need to do? Startup companies, it's not all about parties. Hollywood will have you believe that early stage companies are about a party. It's not. It's hard work. Go read this article in The Economist and find out it's tough. It's long hours. It's difficult to do. And it's a great article in The Economist to go look at. Read a lot. There's some great books out today about some great examples. I'm not sure necessarily anybody. For all I know, somebody here could be the next Facebook, sitting here in this room today. Send me some stock, please. I think employee number 200 at Facebook, I think, made something like $150 million on the IPO. That's employee 200. That's unbelievable. I'm not sure that the high-performance computer marketplace will come out with a Facebook, but if you do, and you're in this room, remember us. We're your friends. But there are some great books. These are just a small sample. Go out to the web, explore the web, look at what's out there, look at the books, buy them, read, learn. Learn from your friends, learn from your peers, learn from the competition. There's a lot out there. Keys to success: focus, 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 and then execute on that focus. Okay, so it's very exciting to be in a startup. And with that, thank you. I'll introduce the next speaker, which is Adrian.